All right, let's talk about Jared Goff, who had a disappointing performance for the Detroit Lions. End the day with a very poor box score, despite again, if you look at bulk numbers, he had over 300 yards, but he threw the ball 55 times. So, efficiency stats were very poor. So what happened? What went wrong in this game, and what went right as well? He did have some plays that worked. Let's just get into all of it. First, let's start off with the first interception. I'm actually going to kind of defend both interceptions here by Goff, especially this first one, which I really don't hold against him at all. It's a, zone coverage concept, and Goff is going to try to work over the middle. That over the middle route, again, you know how the Lions love these types of plays. It can work really well. Goff takes the snap. He does look in that direction, but you see, Christian Izien, the safety slash corner hybrid for Tampa Bay, he's just creating contact with Jameson Williams. I mean, that's just what's happening. But for Goff, he's already into throwing motion. You have to make these throws so quickly. Timing is so important, and his strength is how he gets rid of the ball quickly at times. So, what are you supposed to do in this situation? In my opinion, he's doing nothing wrong, and I would actually actively say this is exactly what I would want Goff to be doing. But because Williams wasn't there, the throw goes too far, and Zion McCollum makes a nice catch for the interception. But that's a play that you look at if you're a Lions fan and say, that should have been a penalty. It wasn't called, got unlucky with that one. Hard to blame Goff. Of course, it goes on a stat sheet. That's never good, but that's how I viewed it. The other interception, I think you could put more blame on him if you wanted, but still, let's talk about what happens where it's Tim Patrick is supposed to be going over the middle. Tim Patrick, they just added not too long ago, was kind of on the Broncos, then got a bunch of injuries. They now moved off of him, just gets to the Lions. Goff's going to take a snap, but here's something I think is worth mentioning, is that you see right here, Tampa Bay was blitzing. And this is one of the, I feel like, underrated aspects of the Lions that it's something I brought up in the preseason because these are the things that I pay attention to that I don't think many people else care about. But they don't have a lot of halfbacks who are great blockers. Jahmyr Gibbs, unreal as a rusher. Right now, not doing a great job blocking. This was Tampa Bay's strategy in this game, and part of how they were able to get pressure without being able to have their edge rushers win one-on-one against tackles was they basically were forcing the Lions to have their halfbacks block. Tampa Bay is, an exotic pressure here. Only 4 guys are rushing, but they dropped an edge rusher back in the coverage. They're sending a linebacker, and now Gibbs has to pick it up. Because of that, Goff has to throw this one with anticipation. He gets rid of it earlier than he would have liked. He can't wait to see if this play develops. I might be saying, wait, he's throwing it over the middle of the field. Tim Patrick's over there. Didn't you say he's supposed to go over the middle of the field? Well, yeah, that's what he's supposed to be doing, I think. Instead, it falls just right to Christian Izien, who should have had the penalty earlier, which set up the first interception. Now he gets the interception due to good pressure, good scheme by Todd Bowles, but also not a great block. And to me, I mean, again, it's really hard to sit here and say if Goff did anything wrong or right on this play. He had to get rid of the ball before Tim Patrick cut. Tim Patrick turned out to not be going over the middle. I think that's a communication error, which is just an unfortunate break for the Lions. Goff did do some things nicely, something like this. I mean, the simple stuff, but that's kind of Goff's calling card, right? Is there's a lot of value in a guy who's just going to hit the layups and a guy who will make his free throws. Something like this, it's, Amon-Ra St. Brown going to be getting into a gap in coverage towards the bottom of the screen. As you see, Goff takes the snap. He looks in that direction. Amon-Ra St. Brown runs this route so well, doesn't he? I mean, this is as open as you'll see. Even once St. Brown makes the catch, he almost stays in bounds there. Eventually, Jordan Whitehead gets him out of bounds. But, man, that's a really good, well-ran route by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Good throw by Jared Goff. The Lions did have these plays in this game for sure. But then they had too many plays like this, where it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 situation. You see Jameson Williams' route. Going to try and get into a gap in coverage towards the bottom of the screen. Goff takes a snap, and this play works. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You see where the ball is. You see where Williams is. This is an open window. The issue, him and Williams just not quite on the same page here. Watch as when Williams turns around, the ball is pretty much already out of the, off the sideline at this point. I mean, that's not a great play. I mean, they're not on the same page, and because of that, it falls incomplete. And also, going over here, I kind of defended the first 2 interceptions, but The other thing is that there were multiple dropped interceptions in this game. This play, it's a zone coverage concept. You have a receiver running a route that, again, could get open underneath the corner on this play, who's Jordan Whitehead, who is a safety. But again, Tampa Bay, usually it would be a corner here. They mix things up constantly, though. So it's a safety kind of playing a quote-unquote corner position. Goff is going to take the snap. He, again, is going to get pressured with a blitz right here, throws, and it's just, you see Whitehead, he has the ball right now. This is not a good play by Goff. This is not a throw he should have made. Luckily for him, the ball is not caught, but that was a turnover-worthy play, right, that easily could have been an interception, got away with one there. And then this one as well, which is going to be, again, one of those plays the Lions like to run, this over-the-middle route with a play action, but watch what happens here. Goff is going to run this play action, and Tampa Bay's just ready for this. They know that, okay, you like those over-the-middle routes of play action. Zion McCollum is just jumping this route. He just reads the play, says, okay, I think I know what's happening, and is jumping in front of it. It's a bit of a risk. If Amon-Ra St. Brown was running deep, they could be in trouble, but he's trusting his teammate behind him. He has a safety, he's stepping in front. All of this is good defense for sure, but for Goff, your job is to read this. You're the facilitator. Your whole thing is you're the guy who is a good game manager quarterback, right? This is being a bad game manager, not reading that this play is covered. Because of that, this ball gets, again, good defense by Amon-Ra St. Brown to make sure it doesn't get caught, but easily could have been intercepted. This is another bad play by Jared Goff, a turnover-worthy play. So I think that the two interceptions he actually threw weren't really his fault, but I also think he probably still should have thrown two interceptions in his game and got away with a couple plays. Towards the end, there was some weirdness as well, which is this one, it's a 4th down and 8 right here. They don't have to get into the end zone. That's worth mentioning. They have to get to the 4-yard line if they're going to keep the drive alive. There is currently a minute left. The Lions have all their timeouts, so if they don't convert, the game isn't over, and we would see that in a little bit, but we'll get there when we get there. The way the concept on the left side of the screen is designed to work is you get the ball to Gibbs' hands quickly. He's going to be underneath the first down marker, but then he can rush for the rest of the yards and get the first down that way. And as you see when the play begins, you can see how it could work, right? You hit Gibbs right now, he can try and run forward, and maybe he'll get to the first down marker, maybe he won't, but there's at least an opportunity here, and let's be honest, he's really fast and really good in open space. You feel pretty, at least okay about this opportunity. Although if you look at Jared Goff himself, he's looking on the other side of the field. At this point, I know it's still early in this play, but it kind of isn't. At this point, Goff has to be deciding that he's not going to throw it deep and throw it to Gibbs. You kind of can't just wait this long. Either you have to throw it right away or you don't throw it there at all. At this point, really, he should just be throwing it down the field. He doesn't have time to get to Gibbs. However, he still then decides to throw it to Gibbs, and that just doesn't work. Tampa Bay has too many defenders. They read the play. You can't wait that long, and because of it, Gibbs is able to, Gibbs gets tackled. Tampa Bay is able to make the play. Detroit did do a good job of forcing a quick 3 and out. They get one more drive. Granted, over here, it wasn't a long drive, so there's only 6 seconds left. They only have so much time right here. And it's also worth mentioning, this is a 4th down and 10. I think what the Lions might be trying to do, to be honest, I don't really know. Because watch how they're going to throw it well short, but also over the middle of the field, and they just throw it too short and it falls incomplete. That was a weird play. So Goff did not hit his throw for sure. Although even if that was caught, the Lions were out of timeouts, so that would have just ended the game. So unless he was supposed to catch it standing up and try to run in for the rest of the yards, I don't really know why they did that. It also kind of looked like they would have had an opportunity to just go past the first down marker out of bounds, give yourself, a better chance at a Hail Mary. Very bizarre play in what was a very bizarre game for Jared Goff. So yeah, it was a bad game. I don't expect him to play this poorly again. It does feel like, with the exception of last year where he was pretty much just good all year, he is good for a game like this or two every year. Maybe this is just his one-off game and he'll get back into it. But I do think Tampa Bay did some nice things. Constantly being in position to make things difficult. Goff did do some nice things as well, but I definitely think that Goff will be the first to tell you this was not his best day, and if the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl, he'll have to play better, and I think he will. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.